Hello, lovely souls, and welcome to Inspired Energy Exchange. So grateful you are here with us today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and I hope that your journey so far is taking you to some wonderful places to have some amazing experiences. If by some chance you're finding yourself stuck, stagnant, or not having a good day, I pray that your journey takes you to a place where you can find comfort and support. And hopefully, the messages you find here today will provide you with some encouragement. So, we're going to start out with Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. The card that popped out, I shuffled beforehand. They told me to shuffle. My spirit guides told me to shuffle beforehand. And this is the card that popped out, Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. The word Merkaba can be loosely translated as chariot. It refers to the human light body, the energy field around all humans that is generated by the quantum parts of our DNA. Therefore, this field is quantum as well. It is in this field that we communicate with our consciousness and where our Akashic records are stored. The human Akasha, can be described as the total history of everything that a human being has experienced on planet Earth, held as energy in the etheric field around the human being. This energy field has the geometric shape of a star tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. Is it tetrahedron? Tetrahedron? Okay. Which consists of two equally sized interlocking fields of tetrahedra pyramids with a common center. Through the counterspinning of these fields while breathing in certain patterns, it is believed that we can change or move our perception of reality into other dimensions. It is why the Merkaba is believed to be the vehicle that allows us to travel through different times and dimensions. The upward tetrahedron of the activation refers to the masculine aspect, its fiery colors indicating power, presence, and direction. The light coming out of its corners refers to the capacity to direct energy and presence. The downward tetrahedron, I keep wanting to make sure I'm saying that right. Tetrahedron, okay, tetrahedron, okay, refers to the feminine aspect. This one. So this triangle is the male, the one pointing up, and this one that looks like a wound pointing down is the feminine. The downward refers to the feminine aspect, deep, dark, and mysterious. That makes sense, of course we are, with spirals that indicate the flowing nature of the feminine. When these two opposing forces come together in perfect union, the Merkaba activates its full potential. This process is outwardly expressed through our search and manifestation of a love relationship with another. Oh, okay. And inwardly through the equally powerful love relationship with ourselves. Oh God, I love this. Both hold the potential of supporting our eternal and infinite capacity to create our reality according to our consciousness. Okay. The arrowhead pattern refers to our ancient past as well as our alien and off-planet connection to other realities. The water in the background indicates the emotional realm, the guidance system that helps us navigate through the world of energies in relation to our physical bodies. The green and turquoise indicate our heart-based truth, and the surrounding square represents the physical world in which our reality is based. There's a try this prompt here. It says try this. Close your eyes and move your awareness away from your body. Can you feel the space around it? Now forget about your body. Forget that you have one. Think of no body, no thing, no place, and no time. Open your focus and allow your conscious mind to get out of the way. Linger in this place often and see how this changes. See how this changes your perception in your daily life. Interesting. Okay, wow. I have been getting chills the whole time reading this. I'm sensing that some of you have been traversing other realities and dimensions. It's like you have been astro plane. What is it called? Astro projecting yourself. Um, the Akashic. That's a good one. I have been slowly going into the Akashic, not slowly, not because I'm slow doing it slowly, because I'm learning how to actually get to that point in my meditations where I can release everything. Like it says here, um, what does it say? Think of no body, no mind. Here it is. Think of no body, no thing, no place, and no time. It's a lot to get there, but when you do it, it gets easier and easier. And I actually it was more like a for me, and it's a visualization, and I think spirit for me anyways provides me with visualizations that make sense to me. So this was more like a the first time I think I visited, I stood on the outside and looked at it like a huge library. If you were looking at stacks and stacks and rows of books of a library, and you're kind of standing right there in the middle, and there's books and stacks everywhere all around you, and that was how it was presented to me in the first place. And then secondly, I remember it was like I was standing above the stacks, but everything was more like or like filing cabinets. I could pull, the files out, like the drawers out, and there are files of all of the experiences. And so many different times, there's so many different images of so many different things, and so many different experiences. And sometimes, especially the medieval, and I've said it before in one of my videos, that I do believe I lived in the medieval times, because one of the libraries was cladded in everything medieval, and this very ornate metals and copper and iron and gold and silver. It was just gorgeous, and I felt like I was in the medieval era, looking through my books. I even had a robe on. It was like a not a king robe, but one of those type of robes you wear. It was awesome. So I think some of you are here to what does it say? The chariot. It refers to the human light body, the energy field around all humans generated by the quantum parts of our DNA. So it sounds like a lot of you are tapping into that. You're tapping into your Akashic records when you meditate, or maybe some of these are asking you to tap in to your Akashic records, because they're with you consistently. It's not like you have to go there. You can sit and meditate. Anywhere I sit and meditate, I can actually go there if I if I get myself centered enough to go there. So I guess this is asking you to go for it, to go deeper, to pay attention, to go into it, to go look. I'm hearing it's okay. It's time to go into your Kosh records so that you could know yourself more, to be able to pull from. I just did a video about connecting with your ancestors, just like to know yourself, to know more of who you are, to know the experiences and why you had the experiences that you had while you're here. Okay, I hear. I'm arguing with myself in my head, and I'm telling spirit I feel like I'm rambling, and they're just like, keep going, keep talking. And have you ever like argued with your spirit? You just cannot win. They're so loving too. That's the thing about it. My guides are very, very loving. Okay. Okay, now I guess we're gonna do both. The next one that popped out here was authority. Let me move you over, Makara. Authority, and then transition. Oh, that's a little. There we go. Let's look at the authority card right quick. Get a closer look at that. The artwork on these oracle cards are amazing. And then we're going to look at the artwork on transition. This is stunning. I love the purple. Okay. I apologize for the. I have to get some. I have to have light in here. So until I can get. There we go. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Authority. The authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. Mm. The word authority has mostly been used to describe the powers that rule, govern, lead, direct, control, and protect. It has also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, and scare us. Authority is about power. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, wisdom, experience, and inner balance. This kind of power comes from within, where it's deeply rooted in a solid connection to source. Externally, this power expresses itself as presence, the ability to be completely in the moment, with full awareness of every aspect of oneself, all senses fully engaged, while being completely centered in the heart. Internally, this power steps back to witness, allowing us to perceive and discern without attachment. From all this, a new form of authority arises, one that leads, shares, directs, and conducts with benevolence, grace, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. This kind of authority inspires trust, creation, collaboration, and partnership. It is receptive in nature and expresses the journey inward, where connection with self and source become one. The green represents the energy. The green in the card is what they're talking about. The green represents the energy that abundantly flows from the heart because our heart chakra is the color green. The turquoise represents the high heart chakra, sometimes referred to as the thymus chakra, the place where the heart and the throat energies merge into loving expressions of truth. I love that. That's awesome. Gold and yellow represent abundance, truth, enlightenment, and self realization. In numerology, 3 is considered the catalytic number. It stands for an energy that speeds up or creates a reaction between two unrelated things without necessarily changing itself. And there are many sixes in this image. Oh, yeah, there are. The numbers of there's three circles, three circles. Okay. 6 is associated with harmony, love, and balance, as well as with structure, design, and efficiency. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all, balance and infinity, purity and freedom. Oh, I love that. Okay, so try this. Close your eyes and contemplate the concept of authority for a moment. How does the word make you feel? Do you consider yourself an authority or in certain areas? Are you kind and wise in your guidance of other people? Are you coming from a place of wholeness and balance? Hmm. Alrighty then. Okay, so step into your authority is what I keep hearing. Some of you, and I'm saying this because that's what I keep hearing them tell me, like share about your problem with your issue with authority. I never want it really to be management because I don't like telling people what to do. I don't know why that is. Um, all the women in my family are bossy, so I don't know why I would have a problem with that. But guiding someone is what I was told that I would be doing, not telling someone what to do. There's a difference when you, like they say, when you use your authority in a positive way. Authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And that's where I have to remember that authority is not me being over someone. My authority comes from the wisdom that I've garnered from the experiences that I've had. I can have authority over my life. I can have authority over my experiences. I can have authority over who I let into my life and the energies that I let into my life. Those type of authorities, that's where authority and power comes in for me. Some of you may, and I keep, for some reason, I keep seeing someone in law enforcement. I keep seeing someone in the blue uniform with a hat. Some of you are thinking about going into law enforcement. Maybe there's a fear about doing it. maybe I don't know. I wouldn't imagine what your fears would be because had I I mean, other than the typical, everyone wants to come home at the end of the day kind of thing, of course. But if you have thought about going into law enforcement of any type, um, maybe this is help telling you to put more attention to thinking about it, go deeply and think, is this something that you truly want to do? Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so on to the next. It's saying transition 43, number 7. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever changing nature of existence and our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Wow. This is just so deep. I love this. Transition can be described as the passage from one stage to another. However deeply or mildly it impacts our lives, transition always implies change of some sort, and most of us are afraid of change. We want things to stay the same. We want to stay in the comfort zone we've created. Unfortunately, change is the one certainty in life that we can all count on. Change is necessary to allow room for the new to emerge and the old to pass. Change is necessary for growth to occur. Change is a fundamental universal law. Transition describes this process of change, a time when things are moving, morphing, and shifting. And in the midst of the process, it's common for nothing to feel clear, comfortable, or safe. Amen. Ain't that the truth? Oh my gosh. Isn't it how it always is during change? It's like you're growing. It's like the growing pains of it. It's like, okay, when things are changing, it doesn't always feel comfortable or clear or safe. Okay, being pushed and pulled from our existent state into one that is unfamiliar isn't easy. And the most feared transition of all is one we all face eventually, death, the transition from our physical bodies to the world of spirit. Because we have so little understanding of the true nature of our existence and of our connection to the cosmos, we tend to fear death as a perceived ending. As in this activation, the snake is a traditional symbol for death and transition in many cultures and belief systems due to its perceived ability to be reborn many times during its lifetime by shedding its skin behind it, or by shedding its skin. That is crazy. I didn't even think about that. Being reborn. So this they're saying that this image here is a remnant of a snake, which is beautiful. Gosh, it's so the artwork is amazing. Okay, traditional symbol of death, blah, blah, blah. Behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life, which is the connection with the earth plane, but also the Merkaba. That's crazy that we were just looking at that. The Merkaba, a reference to our existential ability to traverse between layers of time and dimension. That is amazing. So let's pull that in a little bit so you can see. See, behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life. Okay, I don't know if you can see the grid of the flower of life. There's the triangle, the star, the circles, all the different circles. Okay, that is so amazing. Behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life, which is the connection with the earth plane, but also the Merkaba, a reference to our existential ability to traverse between layers of time and dimension. The colors indigo, violet, and magenta are indications of our deep spiritual connection to the cosmos and the whole of existence, making any transition but a moment in an ongoing infinite journey. The try this, see each page for each card has called try this. Try this. Take a moment to look at the transition image. How do you flow with the transitions in your life? What transitions are you afraid of? Look at the last transition that you went through and remember the gifts that came because of it. What will your next transition be? Go outside and see how nature goes through a constant cycle of death and rebirth in order to continue life. Celebrate your transition. I love that. I love, 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 love this card. It is necessary. I keep seeing the butterfly coming out of the cocoon, the chrysalis. It is necessary. And I didn't even think about the snake shedding its skin. That's also too Something that just is amazing how certain animals can shed their exoskeleton or their outer skin, their outer layer, so that they grow. Crabs do it. I know a lot of bugs do it. Of course, snakes, reptiles. But yeah, that's amazing. And they were talking about Merkaba. So apparently, we are in, some of us are in a state of transition right now. I know that I myself am going through my own transition of going into who I truly am, learning more about who I truly am, learning more about my spirit guides and how I receive the messages to provide this information to anybody and everybody. It's baffling to me still sometimes, but I accept it and I appreciate the gift. And I do call it a gift because I'm not saying that not anyone else can do it, but I believe that it is something that I love doing, and it's specifically meant for me to do this thing. Not that anyone else can't do it, but for me, this is. I've always, what's the word I'm looking for? I struggled with trying to understand why I felt the way I felt, why I felt so much emotion all of the time. And it was explained to me by several light workers, several practitioners, um, that you know we all have a purpose, and some of us are more sensitive than others and we feel more things. Some of us can hear and see things that others can't hear and see. Some people talk to spirits, some people actually can see spirits. So we're all going through our own transitions in this life, um, of becoming who it is that we're supposed to be becoming, if that makes sense. Yeah, becoming who we're supposed to be. I mean, because we're here experiencing this life. And some people think, well, this is, I want more than this. There's got to be more to life than this. And if you're one of those people, then there's a reason why you're thinking that way. And definitely look into that. Definitely follow up with that. Talk to people that are doing the things that you thought about doing. If something pops in your head or feels right when you look at a video or read a book or see a commercial or something, if it makes you, like, if it brings something out in you, follow up on that. There's a reason for these things. Um, the Akashic records are taking you to help show you your experiences in your past. The macabre here is that light body that is part of who we are. Let's see, I'm going to try to read that again. I mean, I don't want to have to go back to it, but it's the human light body, the energy field around all humans that is generated by the quantum parts of our DNA. In this field, it is in this field that we communicate with our consciousness and where our Akashic records are stored. So, for transitions, go into your field, go into that field and communicate with your consciousness. Talk to your consciousness, your higher self, and pull the wisdom from your past experiences, because you're transitioning. You're about to go into being more of who you are, and taking the strength. It's like taking the strength from your past experiences here on earth, the things that you've walked through, the things that you've overcome, using that wisdom and that strength and that guidance that you've had to continue on into the next stage, the next phase of your life. And you're doing that with your own authority. I think this message is saying it's time for you to step into your step into yourself, step into who you truly are. Know yourself. What was it? I know in the Matrix, the science said, "Know thyself," and this is what this feels like: is knowing yourself. Okay, I'm getting the chills now. Nice confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Know thyself. Alrighty, I'm seeing 2424. I love numbers. 2424 is at 6 and 6 is 12 and 1, 3. Okay. So, yes, know thyself. Know thyself. I love this. Again, thank you for being here with us at Inspired Energy Exchange. I do hope that something that was said here encourages you and inspires you to continue to be determined on your journey, to continue to walk towards your goals, run towards your goals. Allow yourself to experience all of who you are. Allow yourself to be the best version of yourself. Even if you don't feel like you're being the best version of yourself, allow yourself to be that. Continue on. Continue on. You can do that. Again, thank you for being here and stay blessed.